over Hasanboy, will he be able to make it an asset rather than just an attribute?
Well, we'll soon find out. Here we go, the final of the 51-kilogram flyweight division. Dusmatov in the red, bit of marking up around his right eye. Batlayev in the blue. A couple of southpaws here. There's that jab to the body immediately. He lets go with that jab to the body. Batlayev is trying to come back with it. Dusmatov with that nice tight guard. Left hand gets through there from Batlayev. That could be important if you land a scoring shot early on. It's going to give you that little bit of belief, and you have to go into fights with people like this believing, expecting that you are going to win, or it's all over before it started. Nice busy start from the pair of them. Lead left hand to the body there from Dusmatov, but I make that a nice positive start from Batlayev. Again, he scores to the body there, Dusmatov, and again just dips those knees. He's in and out so quick, and then back behind that guard. Batlayev working with that lead hand was well short with the 1-2 there. And there's the jab again from Dusmatov. Sustained attack there from him, driving Batlayev back. He just can't quite get close enough at the minute, Batlayev. That's his major issue outside of the first 30 seconds or so. Dusmatov leading off with a hook and didn't manage to land with it, just turning around that front foot. Again, just takes the jab to the body. Batlayev lets that 1-2 go. It doesn't miss by far, but again, that's something that the man in red is so good at. He'll move one way, then the other. The movement is not extravagant. It doesn't take too much out of him. It's economical. And almost all of the time, it's just enough. Just working his hands there, Batlayev, but that was taken on the gloves. Lead right hand from Dusmatov. And it's the kind of performance you've seen him give so many times before. Takes one on the gloves, then explodes out of the guard and lands the right hand. And there's that right hand off the back foot. And he's pushing this as best he can here, Batlayev. But it's a difficult task. Jab to the body again from the Olympic champion. It's the final minute. Right hand lands. Batlayev will not be put into his shell. He's throwing plenty, but he's been landed on a bit too much here. He was looking for the uppercut, but just as he was about to throw it, had his chin just knocked up a little bit by a right hand from Dusmatov. Final 10 seconds. And it's a round we've seen maybe thousands of times.
Absolutely. A typically efficient and effective Hasanboy Dusmatov round for my money. Batlayev came out, tried to make his speed a factor, and he did have some success, but for the majority you just got the impression by like that, coming out of his shell, scoring with a single, away before the reply can come. And a really economical performance with the feet and the punch picking from Hasanboy Dusmatov. Batlayev remained in his wheelhouse, always seeking to let his hands go and try and find a way through that really effective defense, but he couldn't do so often enough. And for one of the few times in the tournament, he will be trailing after the opening round, because normally his presence, his pressure in his activity has more often than not given him the advantage in the first, but he's conceded the first round 4-1 here.
But he's got that one, and that's something. He needs to reply in the second round here, but it's amazing how often those odd scorecards can make a difference. I don't see personally how you could give that first round to him, but judges are sitting at different sides of the ring, assessing it independently. So into the second round here, Dusmatov in the red, Batlayev in the blue. A lot of support for Russia in the stadium. There has been all week. A number of former champions have been here for days now, the likes of Denis Lebedev, Igor Makontsev, Evgeny Tishchenko, both of them just landing simultaneously there. This is good from Batlayev. He's using the range well. I'm not sure if that jab quite got there from Dusmatov, who did land the jab there, though, up to the head. Batlayev just using his own jab and then moving backwards. That's a good adjustment of the feet, because you could see exactly what Dusmatov is wanting to do, is steal in, land that scoring point to the body. He managed to do it there, but he's not doing it as much in this second round. Batlayev landed a left hand there. There's that jab again from the man in red. Batlayev, though, just keeping on the move here, and I think is applying better pressure to his opponent in this second round than he did in the first. Little slip there from Dusmatov just past the halfway stage in what is a crucial second round. The second round always is, because if you're up against it on the cards after the first round, you have to provide a response. A combination to the body there from Dusmatov. And looking for that 1-2. It's consistency that Batlayev needs here. What he did really well in the first minute was throw consistently, throwing that 1-2, not waiting, keeping Dusmatov on the outside, preventing him taking those body shots on the inside. Batlayev just trying to work that lead hand. Dusmatov again just going down to his knees. Been a little bit messy at times this second round, which for Batlayev won't be a bad thing necessarily. There's that left into the body, then he goes up to the top there, Dusmatov. I think he shipped one himself, but came out of the exchange the better of the two. Just holding on to his man for a second there, Dusmatov. Final 20 seconds here. Remember, a 4-1 advantage to the red corner after the first round. And there goes the clapper.
Well, the second round in the books.
The IBA boxing game is launching a global esports series merging
in that second round, and probably had more success in the presence of Terence Bud Crawford.
With over
pound for pound, best in the world.
And a
Well, I suppose it's an argument
for the
between
top
he and
global
Alexander
competitor.
Usyk, but that is the caliber of boxer that is in attendance here to support the IBA Men's World Boxing Championships. And this man, having his successes once again, Batlayev tried to pick it up. He drew Dusmatov into a few more exchanges. I certainly think he deserves a share of the round, but has he done enough to win the round? That was almost the contest in miniature. Toe-to-toe, each man having success, and it's a 4-1 split in favor of Dusmatov once again, but the distribution of the scores means that we have two scores tied at 19 points apiece, and crucially, from Dusmatov's point of view, he has a 20 points to 18 advantage for judges, for 3 of the 5 scoring judges.
Third and final round.
And that third card is so important, because really to turn this around now, he needs a big fight around Batlayev. Although if he converts those 2 drawn cards into his, that'll be 3-2, and then we will go to the bout review, to the added scores, and we don't know what those scores are, how they stand through 2 rounds, but Dusmatov in the box seat, so Batlayev with it all to do. I agree, he definitely had a better second round than he did the first, but the same scores given for the first and the second overall. Dusmatov in the red, Batlayev in the blue. It's been another good fight. These are gold medal bouts. We don't expect to see anything other than good fights, good contests. Left hand there from Dusmatov landed nice and clean. Batlayev throwing that 1-2. Little taps to the body there from Dusmatov, but the referee had given the instruction to break. Right hand was maybe a little bit with the inside of the glove there from Dusmatov, and there's that jab to the body. But again, Batlayev is bringing everything he can here. He's holding that shape, he's holding that technique, trying to fire that 1-2 down the middle. and then rips the body with the left hand, but didn't manage to land it. Dusmatov again there just throws the jab, dips off to his right hand side, and all of a sudden he's behind Bayer Batlayev. And that jab to the body, that does some heavy lifting for him, and that check right hook off the back foot there too, but particularly that jab to the body, it does seem to be very difficult to prevent. And then another good jab. Batlayev just trying to let his hands go there. I think a right hand got through, but a couple of body shots landed in the middle of all of that. And again, an exchange there, and a good exchange, but the punch you noticed that landed was from Red. He's just so good at picking the gaps, and again there a right hand and a left hand, and Batlayev continues to come forward, but he is being picked off a bit in this last round because he has no choice really but to roll the dice here and come forward and attack as much as he can. And against somebody like Dusmatov, the problem with that is that it's going to give him opportunities, and he's not shy of taking them. So there goes the clapper, final few seconds of round 3, and on the basis of what we've seen, he'll have done enough, Dusmatov here, to hold that 3-0 lead, probably to increase that 3-0 lead and get the win with the judges here. On the evidence of the first fight, I'm not sure if we're going to be told when we're going to bout review in the finals. Maybe, maybe not, but if Batlayev has managed to take that final round with those two judges who had it level, then we'll have a 3-2 and we will go to the added scores. But looking at that, you would expect the man we're looking at here has got enough of that final round. I thought it was pretty clear that he's going to be announced the winner here without the need for the added scores.
Yep, I would agree with you, Andy. And again, Batlayev, credit to him, who really did try to put Dusmatov under sustained pressure and make him do something different in search of that big round that he needed. But Dusmatov, so composed, so experienced, so much ability.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest by a split decision, and now IBA World Champion in the red corner.
So Hasanboy Dusmatov gets it, retains the title he won
Dusmatov of Uzbekistan
in Tashkent a couple of years ago. Interestingly, looking at the scoring for that final round, the judges went 4-1 to Batlayev for that final round, which I must admit I didn't really see myself, but in the final analysis it didn't really matter because Dusmatov has run out a 4-1 winner. All the scores were 29-28, 4 in favour of the man in red, 1 in favour of the fighter in blue. He gave a good account of himself, didn't he? He did everything he possibly could have done there. Took him really close in that second round. But as we know, this is a very, very difficult man to beat.
That's because he's a very, very special boxer. Outstanding. 2 Olympic titles, the reigning Olympic champion, back-to-back World Championship gold medals, the Asian Games champion as well, and back early in his career he took the Asian title, king of every territory available to him.